all you need to know, the Bloomberg Quint podcast that prepares you for the day's business. Good morning. We're back after the midweek market holiday. This is the daily morning update from Bloomberg Quint and I'm Alex Matthew. Today is the 3rd of October. Goods and services tax collections fell to their lowest in 19 months in August amid slowing consumption in the economy. GST paid for August and collected in September stood at 91,916 crore rupees. That compares with around 98,200 crore in July and about 1.02 lakh crore collected in June. The chief economic advisor to the government, KV Subramanian, on Wednesday said that the government needs to focus on non-tax revenues to offset the revenue deficit, if any. He maintained that the fall in goods and services tax collections was expected as nominal growth has declined. The government has clarified on the corporate tax cut. Companies opting for the lower tax rate won't be allowed to avail accumulated credits of minimum alternate tax and can't set off losses on account of additional depreciation. MAT is levied as a fixed percentage of profits on companies that otherwise use deductions and pay no tax. Coal India's monthly production dropped to a record low as the heaviest rains in 25 years flooded mines and hindered shipments. The miner produced 30.77 million tons of coal in September, down 24% from a year earlier and the lowest in data back to 2013. Shipments dropped 20% to 35.18 million tons, the lowest in 5 years. Rahul Bhatia, who is the co-founder of Indigo, has filed an arbitration request against his partner Rakesh Gangwal in a London court involving the judiciary for the first time in a feud between the two billionaire owners over allegations of corporate governance lapses. Bhatia and his holding company filed the claim to the London Court of International Arbitration on the 1st of October. It relates to Bhatia's claims against Gangwal and his affiliates' compliance with the shareholder agreement and articles of association. According to a stock exchange notification by Yes Bank, the steep fall in the stock price on Tuesday was owing to the forced sale of 10 crore equity shares, or 3.92% of the bank's share capital, that was triggered by an invocation of the pledge on the equity shares of a large shareholder. It turns out that the shares were pledged by co-founder Rana Kapoor against non-convertible debentures issued by his company Morgan Credits, which was invoked by Reliance Nippon Life Asset Management. Kapoor's stake in the bank has now fallen below 1%. Uday Kotak, who is the government-appointed chairman of Infrastructure Leasing and Financial Services Group, which is the ILNFS Group, said that the infrastructure conglomerate is likely to recover at least 50% of its 98,000 crore rupee debt by 2020. Meanwhile, India's Ministry of Corporate Affairs has been investigating 3 Indiabulls Group companies for about a year and will submit its final report by the end of October. Bloomberg News reported that Indiabulls Housing Finance, Indiabulls Ventures and Indiabulls Real Estate are being probed for potential wrongdoing by the Registrar of Companies, which is part of the ministry. Now, stocks in Asia look like they're heading lower after US stocks declined sharply for 2 days in a row. The S&P 500 has, in fact, for the first time fallen more than 1% on consecutive sessions. This is after fears of a recession spiked. US private payrolls fell short of expectations on Wednesday, and a key US manufacturing gauge dropped to the lowest in a decade. The S&P 500 and Dow ended lower by 1.8 and 1.9% respectively, while the Nasdaq fell 1.6%. In Asia, 2 of the 3 early risers are trading this morning, and they were both lower by over 2% last I checked. Now, UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson has told the European Union to compromise on the controversial backstop arrangement with Northern Ireland or watch the UK walk away from Brexit talks. Under the British Prime Minister's latest proposal, Northern Ireland would remain in regulatory alignment with the EU for agricultural products and manufactured goods, but would be able to exit the arrangements if it wanted, following a vote every 4 years. The deadline for the Brexit, in case you've forgotten, is at the end of October. Now with that, it's over to Agam Vakil for the trade setup for the day in India. Good morning, Agam. How is it looking today?
Good morning, Alex, and good morning, listeners. Well, we are back after a trading holiday, and as per the indications of the SGX Nifty futures, we are unlikely to see a very large up move or a down move in opening today. But there are plenty of stocks that we have to watch out for as we move into trade today. And of course, Alex has already mentioned Yes Bank and Interglobe Aviation. I have Mahindra & Mahindra, which will acquire 51% stake in Ford Motors, Indian arm, and form a JV. M&M will invest 657 crores and has committed to invest up to 1,400 crores in the JV, and the transaction is expected to be completed in mid-2020. In another alliance, we also have Prestige Estates, which will jointly invest with DB Realty Group to build hotel and convention center in Delhi's Aerocity. The company will invest 355 crores for 50% stake in the JV, and the total investment for the project will be up to 2,000 crores. Indiabulls Housing Finance, which has been under pressure of late, has clarified that it has no outstanding loans to DLF, Reliance ADAG Group or AmeriCorp Group, and that the loans given to the Vatika Group are secured against mortgage of land and property. Loans have been extended to specific project special purpose vehicles of Choria Group and are receiving regular payments. Moving on, we also have JSW Steel, which is in focus as Care Ratings revises the company's outlook to negative from stable, and the revision is due to slowdown in steel sector, which is likely to impact profitability. And moving on to, a handful of updates when it comes to the quarter of September. Apollo Pipes second quarter sales volumes rose as much as 11% to 10,306 MPTA. We also have monthly updates as far as NMDC's production is concerned, which is down 30% year on year, sales down 18%. And Coal India's production fell 23% year on year, with sales falling as much as 20%. And finally, coming to MOIL, it's seen price cuts of as much as 5% across different grades of manganese. Now, these are just some of the stocks that you can watch out for as we move into trade today, but don't forget to go through our morning edition of All You Need to Know only on BloombergQuint.com.
Thanks, Agam. Well, that's all we have for you on this podcast, but there's a lot more on the website BloombergQuint.com, so don't forget to check it out. This is Alex Matthews signing off. Have a great day.
I hope you enjoyed listening to All You Need to Know. Did you know that you can listen to the show on the IVM Podcast app? On the IVM Podcast app, along with this, we have a number of other shows which you think you'll enjoy. Listen to Cyrus Says with Cyrus Brocha as the host. Listen to Paisa Vaisa with Anupam Gupta. The Scene and the Unseen with Amit Verma. Or Shunya One hosted by Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay and myself. Check out the IVM Podcast app to get more talk content that you will enjoy.